Hello there and welcome back. So at long last, we got the 4th unit for Anniversary. Festive Levania, the one I've been waiting for. It's been a painful month of waiting, by the way. How are you liking Anniversary so far? Let me know in the comments. It feels a little weird, spread out, little, I don't know. A lot of people talking on Reddit, they're a little disappointed with it. And as far as anniversaries go, I guess I was hoping for a little more. In any case, in this video, let's do a banner review for Festive Lev. Talk about all the possibilities with them. So, of course, we have a new Provoke tank with unprecedented HP. So, Celeb Udeal would be sitting around 152 with these same metrics. The attack stat is pretty decent for Provoke tank. I like that. Defense is kind of high, not quite as high as some of these defense units we've been seeing lately. Of course, Summer Yuri, the buffed Kaine, and old Bloody Lars all have more defense than that, but the HP is really where it's at when you're trying to tank. Okay, so the character skill, we have usable from start. Enter Provoke state, returns, increase your defense by 50%. And the new unique gimmick, enter Defiant State. And of course, we saw this on the Welfare Griff, but now we have it usable from start. And of course, you can imagine in Arena, going against the snipers in AA, as long as you can outpace them with this, triggering this character skill, you'll be guaranteed to block their AAs. Now, sometimes on hybrid builds, in the past, I would have a sniper, a turret, and a Provoke tank. For really fast hybrid runs. You've seen those in my arena videos. And your sniper should be faster, of course, and then you hit the Provoke. But then it's kind of a coin toss as to how many auto attacks are coming at you in that phase before the skills come off. And sometimes that can make or break the run. If the enemy gets really lucky and does a big chain and knocks you down too far, then you can't tank the weapon skills anymore, and that can decide the run sometimes. So in this niche scenario, you'll be able to guaranteed block those and just be sitting pretty until the skills go off with all this damage reduction. Let's look at the rest of the kit here. So the first passive is just toughness, the new 30%, and that's one of the reasons this HP value is so inflated. We have the built-in recovery here, 50%. When you fall below 50, and those are great on the Provoke tanks, and this is the same thing that Udeal has. And then at A3, we get built-in Indomitable, very awesome, 40%, 5 times. So, like I said, I think his best usage is going to be in these hybrid builds where you have your own sniper that's hopefully going to be faster than the enemy, because if the enemy does go first, and then you provoke, that Defiant State is kind of wasted. Of course, he has, more HP, and he does have the defense buff to self. He has all of this built-in damage reduction. In those hybrids, he could maybe stand without Yuri, but he's going to synergize with Yuri so well because she has the debuffs that Levania doesn't have. And that's one of the reasons Udeal, I think, is still going to be good. Because Udeal does have the attack break and the crit rate reduction, and that's very powerful. And so at certain builds, I think Udeal will be the go-to. And now with Levania, he's going to be a beast with all that HP. But in a full tank team, you're going to want to pair him with the units that have those debuffs. So of course, Summer Yuri, but Celeb F66X will be a good one. And if you don't have them, maybe Celeb Demos. I think Christmas Gale synergizes a little better with Udeal because she's coming with the defense, damage reduction. Levania kind of already has that going on. And even just paired with Yuri brings him to 100% timed defense buff. So Gale is great, but that's not really the synergy we're looking for here with this new Levania. She synergizes way better with Udeal. And of course, Summer F66X is just great and goes with every, full tank build just fine. And speaking of her, stonks for her are on the rise because she can disable not only the provoke, but she can disable that Defiance states. I predict I'll be using her quite a bit, and if you saw my last arena video, I used her quite a bit there already anyway. Okay, the debris is nourishment, and that does not give you that zombie turn. So in a recovery passive, if you've triggered it, it will happen on the next turn. So if the enemy is coming in with a skill after triggering it, that skill will always be wasted. And that's why we love recovery. That's why we build sometimes our provoke tanks with another recovery passive to get that double zombie, right? Once when you fall below 70, if you were going to get one-shotted after that, you get a free heal turn there. And then that triggers your 50, right? So you get to waste 2 skills of the enemy. But guess what? Let's look at his karma. So first of all, we have more defensive-oriented skills in the first slot here. And myself, I think I'll go for that 20% HP. And then we get some of these damage boosting, bold and caged vigor. But look at this. 20% recovery below 70. So we don't need to build him with a recovery sub. If you can roll it in his karma here, he'll have that double zombie baked into his kit. And that's very powerful. So he can just focus on boosting HP purely with his sub-weapons. You could also opt for nourishment. But again, nourishment seems to act differently than recovery. It doesn't act on the next turn. Of course, this is more of like a regen over 3 turns, but it happens on the turn that the damage happens, if that makes sense. So it will not zombie heal you. Cool. You could also opt for more timed defense, but... Okay, Karma 3 over here. We have some of these resists, like burn and stun resist. I don't know. Those seem to be the least desirable. But you could opt for even more damage reduction, 10% 3 times. And that'll be great if you're not pairing him with Yuri. You could also opt for Mastery, which would synergize really well on that hybrid build I've been talking about. So that can boost your sniper's chance for auto attack chains. And then a fire resist. Now I really wish it was wind because the wind attackers are going to be coming for you. Although in general, I'm not going to trust him so much on defense. I think if you want to tank on defense, Udeal might be better. Unless, again, you pair him with a really fast sniper or something, but still, the way it works on defense, on auto, is that character skill won't be triggered until 2 turns have passed, so it's very unlikely that your other 2 team members are going to go before the other team, unless it's another tank team or something. Again, tank versus tank. If you're doing a full tank build with him, I would like to pair him with the debuffers. So keep that in mind. All right. And the weapon. Very, very, very high HP, and that's awesome. We want that. We have a defense scaled skill. It's kind of a low multiplier, so it's kind of like Yuri's gun. And it has a defense buff, so helps him kind of get that higher defense stack if Yuri's not on the party. And then a 3-hit, just more provoke, and more damage reduction. So this is going to be a great weapon to main for him, probably the best option. There are some other good Water Fist options out there, even other than the ROD Fist, which would just be for damage if you wanted to do that. Toughness, Aegis. There is the abstract Priet Fist, which might be good. And the Courtly something or other could be a good Water Fist as well. I still have yet to piece together a build and see just how I'm going to max his HP. And really that's it. So the question of should you pull? For me personally, I always pull for unique PvP units. And here we have something unprecedented. We have the Defiance. We have unprecedented HP. So I am going to do my best to get him A4. And if you really care about Arena, I think he's a great one to go for. And that you should. Maybe you want to, if you've been waiting or you weren't lucky on the previous best units, maybe go for that combined banner. It will have lower rates, but then at least you can hope that multiple will drop. I might have to go to that banner myself to get his A4 because I'm kind of maxed out. Already pitied him, already traded a stone. And he's A3. So, all right. Now, look out for my next video because a lot of people have been asking about seeing my summons. So I will go ahead and share that in my next video. But I'm also going to do a video of rolling for his karma. And don't worry, I'll edit it down so it's not 40 minutes long or something like that. I don't know how long it's going to take because I have yet to do any karma stones. I did a little bit for the Welfare Griff on a stream, which you can check out. But in any case, the next video will be pulls for Levania, rolling karma on Levania, and then maybe running some arena battles with him too. So stay tuned for that. Thanks so much for watching and for your support, and I will see you in the next one.